You have no one to hang out with. It's not like they ever reached out to me. Take a look at the things that interest you and do that. A degree is just a degree. A job's a job. And I'm sorry, but that is a hard truth. Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back. My name is Kira. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 12 tips for post-grad life. I came up with a list of advice for recent college graduates. If you didn't know, I am 1 year post-grad. I graduated from Elon University, class of 2025. A lot of the seniors from this past year have asked me for advice or words of wisdom that I could share with them as they step into this next chapter. So I thought I would share that with you too, because it might be helpful as you begin this next season. Let's get into it. So I split up my list into 4 different categories: relationships, personal well-being, reality check, and practical tips. So let's start with relationships. Tip number 1 is no one is going to hang out with you unless you ask. I feel like when you're in college, you get so used to being around people all the time, being around your friends, that it's not hard to find people to hang out with or have things to do. But when you're post-grad and all of your friends are living in different places, that can be really lonely and isolating if you're sitting at home and you have no one to hang out with. If you know people that live in your area that you're friends with or you used to be friends with, you should reach out to them. If you want to hang out with people, it's up to you to take that initiative. You can't really get mad at anyone else for not asking you to hang out if you're not asking other people to spend time with you. So something that I did was reaching out to people that I know who live in the area, and I would ask them if they wanted to get dinner. And it's not like they ever reached out to me first. I always initiated it. Whenever we met, we were super grateful to be able to share a meal together and just talk, because being post-grad is hard and having friends as an adult is hard. My second piece of advice for relationships is to reach out to someone when you think of them. I know that in order to maintain friendships, you have to communicate with them. It might not mean spending so much time with them, but if you think of a friend or you see something that reminds you of someone that you know, you should just text them or call them and be like, hey, I've been thinking about you. How are you? What's going on? People always appreciate that because people want to feel loved. It's up to you to initiate that and maintain those friendships. All relationships take work, especially if you don't see them on a daily basis or you don't see them in person often. Make sure to always reach out, even if it might feel a little awkward. You're like, oh, I haven't talked to them in a year, 2 years. It's okay, just reach out. So my third tip for relationships is to play a group or team sport. This could also look like participating in an activity in the local community that involves other people. Something that I have come to love this past year has been playing tennis with my friends, because you can't play tennis by yourself, so you have to ask at least one other person to go with you. And a lot of times if you tell people you're going to play tennis or do something else that's really fun, other people are going to want to join in and do it with you. So then it ends up just being a really fun group activity. You're being active, which is really good, and bond with other people in a more relaxed environment. It could look like tennis. It could look like pickleball, joining a town league for soccer or basketball or volleyball or literally anything. Take a look at the things that interest you and do that, and invite other people to do it with you. My fourth piece of advice is to remember what really matters. I think once you graduate from college, your mind is set on getting a job or going to school, making money, getting far in your career. A lot of it has to do with how you are going to advance in the world, and that's great. It's good to have goals and ambition and feel motivated to move up, but what really matters is the relationships that you have with people, because at the end of the day, a job is just a job, a degree is just a degree, and it doesn't mean anything if you have no one to share it with and if you have no one that cares about you. It was really striking to me. I was talking to my mentor, she told me at the first job that she had, one of her colleagues passed away. At the funeral, her boss turns to her and goes, "We're gonna have to find someone else to fill this position." At the funeral, my mentor tells me that you're easily replaceable. In any environment that you're in, someone else can always do it. There's no system or organization that can't run without you. And I'm sorry, but that is a hard truth. You accept that and you don't put all of your value and worth into what you are doing and what you can accomplish, and instead spending time with the people that you care about and investing in your relationships, because at the end of the day, that is what's always going to be there for you to fall back on. Those friendships, the people that love you most, the people that you've spent time investing in, those are the people that are going to support you. And like I said, a job's a job. My fifth piece of advice for relationships kind of goes hand in hand with the fourth one. Relationships are more important than XYZ. Your job, than how much money you make, than where you can go on vacation, how many PTO days you have. Just remember that. What's more important? And that runs into how you're spending your time. The people and the person sitting right in front of you, that is what matters. And being able to recognize, like, okay, I could stay at home and watch this show for 6 hours. Or I could say yes to this invitation that someone gave me to go hang out with them tonight. And it's like, do I really want to go out? Maybe not necessarily, but what's more important? Investing in that relationship or watching TV for 6 hours? That's like something I have to ask myself often, because I love TV. I love watching TV. But you only have a limited time with people. So make sure you use that time wisely. Keep the main thing the main thing. So now moving into personal well-being, I only have a few tips here. The first is it's okay to not know and to feel lost. You're so young, and no one is asking you to make a decision that's going to affect the next 60 years of your life. Do not put that much pressure on yourself. No one else is putting that pressure on you. Take things at your own pace, because everyone is different. Some people know exactly what they want to do when they're 8 years old, and then they go to school for that and they get their dream job and that's it for them and they're super fulfilled. And other people have so many different interests that they don't even know where to start or what to pursue. You are allowed to explore your passions and things that you want to learn about. That's just like some comforting words. It's okay. You're okay. The next piece of advice is therapy is good. Ask for help. Admitting that you have things that you need to work on to develop as an adult is such a good thing. This past year was really challenging for me. I was trying to process those emotions all for myself, and I know counseling is awesome and therapy is so great. Even if you don't think anything's wrong, sometimes you just need to talk through things and get to the root of your thought processes and why you react to certain behaviors and things like that. Taking preventative measures by scheduling counseling appointment every 2 weeks, every month, just to start off, to make sure that you have someone that you can turn to and say, I'm struggling with this right now. Licensed counselors and therapists are amazing. It's okay to ask for help. The next piece of advice for personal well-being is to eat well and move your body. I am 23. I feel invincible. I know I'm not. Before I know it, I'm gonna feel old. But what do? I still eat bad and I still don't exercise enough. Do as I say, not as I do. You definitely should pay attention to what you're eating. Eat things with good fiber, protein, fat, carbohydrate. Eat good foods. Also, move your body. This can mean taking a walk, going to the gym, playing a sport, doing a little dance every night. Like, I don't know. But make sure that you're moving your body, because before you know it, you're going to get old and you're going to get stiff and you're not going to be able to move and do things the same way that you can now. Take care of yourself. Make sure you are going to your doctor's appointments, making sure you're taking preventative health measures to keep yourself healthy. We all make choices, and the choices that you make are going to affect your future. Make sure you make good decisions about what you're putting into your body and what you're doing with your body. My last piece of advice for personal well-being is that it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether that's being in school, you're working, you're chilling at home, whatever. It does not matter what you're doing if you're miserable. You may have just graduated, you got your dream job, you just signed your contract, you're starting next week. It does not matter if this is everything that you feel like you've been working towards if you are feeling miserable, because your mental health and well-being is so much more important than a paycheck. The way that you feel and how you can go about life and thrive is so much more important than climbing the corporate ladder. That also kind of falls into the camp of remember what really matters. You as a person matter so much more than whatever work that you can accomplish. I see things all over LinkedIn that are like, your coworkers are not your family is your family. That's all I have to say about that. Moving on to reality check. I only have 2 pieces of advice for this one. The first is
sit down.
Be humble. Reality check. You know nothing. Do not step into the world acting like you know everything, that you know how everything works, that you know how to do everything perfectly, because you don't. Having that humility is super important because that is what allows you to grow. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know how everything works, because I definitely don't. And being able to ask for help is a superpower. So be humble, because no one likes an arrogant person. Second part of the reality check, focus on how you will grow. You know, in movies or in books or even in real life, those people who seem to never really grow up, like they seem like they're stuck in high school or they're stuck in college. They're doing things that are pretty immature, doing things that aren't very tasteful. It's your choice. It's up to you to decide how you want to grow post-grad. I would suggest that you really focus on becoming a better person, becoming a professional adult, becoming a kind member of your community, and not focusing on what other people in your graduating class are up to and gossiping about them and putting them down to make yourself feel better, because that is ugly. My last piece of advice, which is a practical tip, is invest in your future. Mostly speaking about retirement. If you have a job and the money is flowing, you get that check bi-weekly. If you can, invest in your retirement, because you don't need all that money right now, but you're gonna want it in the future. Think about how you're going to help yourself later. So those were 12 pieces of advice for recent college graduates. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more tips and advice, let me know by commenting or liking this video. Feel free to agree or disagree with me in the comments, because I love public discourse, but let's keep it kind and respectful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!